Hi Ingrid, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
So, first of all, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Ingrid Hirtz. I live in Scottsdale, right here in Scottsdale, and have my kitchen in Phoenix. And I am originally from Vienna, Austria, which is known for its wonderful cuisine, of course. But I moved here quite a while ago, in '92, so I'm pretty much, like a native by now.
Awesome. And so Ingrid, is your family here as well?
Yeah, I live here with my husband. I raised my kids here in the valley, but they're now grown and live in different cities. My daughter's in San Francisco. My son actually moved back to Vienna.
Nice. So tell us a little bit, how did the idea for Community Kitchen, how did all of that come around for you?
Okay. Well, I think the first thing to know about that is that I grew up in kitchens. My parents ran a hotel in the countryside in Austria, not far from Vienna, and then they also had a little kind of a pub in Vienna. My mom would cook, and I was kind of raised in the kitchen until I was about 10, and then my parents got into a different business. But so two things happened for me. One is that I decided that I would never want to work in the kitchen because it is just so much work. I saw that firsthand. I would get up and go to school, have breakfast in the kitchen, and my mom would have been already at 7 in the morning cutting like 30 pounds or 60 pounds of onions. So I kind of knew that a kitchen is a kind of intense environment. But I also noticed later in life that large amounts of foods are just comforting to me, because when you're around something when you're a kid, it kind of remains forever something dear to your heart. So I have always, I don't know, if I would just start cooking a large batch of something or another without necessarily planning to eat it or so. We would always invite a lot of people and so on and so forth. But then when the kids were grown and out of the house, about to leave the house, I was looking for a change, and I didn't have a particular career. I'm actually a social worker by education, but didn't follow this career path. After I moved to the United States, I ran small businesses together with my husband, but when the kids were gone, I was looking for something with meaning, and my areas of interest were health, the environment, and also social justice. And I I always stumbled upon food being something where all these areas intersect, where they all food plays a role in so many dimensions of our life, and so that was kind of one thing that I kept thinking of food and the role it plays, and how come that so many people are hungry and so on and so forth. But concurrently, a friend asked me to cook for him. He wanted healthier food, he wanted kind of vegetarian food, and it was just so much fun to cook for him. And then he brought this food that I had cooked for him to work, and then people said, "What do you have here? Can I have that too?" And it just was really, it kind of touched this thing in me that I was around food so much when I was little. I started thinking about the food business, but I also had reservations because I knew how hard it was. So I kind of decided to just take it lightly, just see where it's going. And yeah, so, but I also had this social side, the social worker side in me, and I wanted to feed everybody. And so I learned about the One World Everybody Eats project, which is kind of an umbrella organization for pay-as-you-can restaurants, and that really interested me. And so that has always been a kind of a side track of the business, which is, I can explain that later, the community dinner that we are holding. But it just turned out that So I had more people asking me to cook for them, and I decided to give it a try to just kind of see if that could go somewhere. And I did it for a few months as a trial, kind of out of my house, and then I rented a kitchen in a local coffee shop that was closed on the weekend, where I could do the business officially. And I had the kitchen when they were closed on the weekends, and that was 8 years ago. And I was there for 4 years, and then 4 years later I moved in a bigger location.
Wow, that's exciting. So with you moving from the coffee shop location to the kitchen where you are now, your business must have grown pretty much.
Well, yeah, it has grown from the very beginning steadily. We have not done a whole lot of advertising simply because I needed to grow with the business. I had a lot to learn, probably still have. But I'm not, I shouldn't say I'm not a trained chef, because I think by now I am. What I mean is I did not go to culinary school. Now I cooked vegetarian for the first 5 years, and then I switched to vegan. And there are not very many vegan cooking schools around. So I considered at times to possibly do that, but while I was considering that, trying to find a school, I realized, well, here I am, I'm training myself. So I am now, I would say, I learned it by doing. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And so with your kitchen, how many meals do you think that you do weekly for people?
Well, we have between 70 and 100, 80 and 100 weekly customers. And the one thing that I like about how we do this business is that differently than other programs, our customers have a lot of choice and flexibility. They do not have to order every week, they do not have to order a certain amount every week, they can always choose. And for me that is important because there's a lot of food waste already happening. And if you kind of tell somebody to subscribe to a program and stick to it, that just doesn't work for a lot of people, because people's lives are in flux, they have different needs from week to week. So therefore my customer base fluctuates, but I would say that the average order is per customer, they order about 10 items every week. So we make around, for 100 customer, about 1,000 items every week. And one item can be a meal. Usually it's two items are a meal usually. And so it's probably, we have customers who order almost all their food, and others they cook a lot and they just want a little extra things that they don't like to prepare, they order from us. So it varies greatly what people order, but on an average they order 10 items, and we have about 90 customers a week.
Wow, okay. And so with the items, like you said, people can order what they want or how little that they want. So it really does make it convenient for folks to use your program.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing that people are looking for. They want to eat healthy, but they don't have the time to prepare, especially vegetables themselves. They are most labor intensive, everything, and a lot of people don't want to deal with that. So that's where we come in.
Nice, nice. And you also offer a delivery service, is that correct?
We do deliver, yes. It's kind of maybe a little bit more tricky because our food is fresh, so it requires our customers to be at their location at the time where they want the delivery, but yes, we do deliver.
And do you have like an area that you deliver to?
Yes, we have 2 delivery areas, can be found on our website, and we would be able to expand that if we have a lot of requests from a certain area. We kind of expand it out from our kitchen, kind of fanned out from there, but it depends on the needs of the customers, of course.
Okay. And how do you decide on your recipes?
Oh, that's a really good question. In the beginning, I wanted people to eat extra healthy, and I still do. But some of the things I have cut back a little. I've figured out nobody really likes millet, so it's maybe not my menu does not always, and I have also conceded to the dessert, to offering desserts. In the beginning, I did not want to do that. I wanted everything to be sugar-free, and so my guiding idea was kind of to make things for customers that they can't get anywhere else, and to have nutrient-dense ingredients. And that most of the time that boils down to a lot of vegetables, and we put vegetables in anything we can. But so the menu is kind of a combination of things that I think my customers love, but also things that I think they can't get anywhere else and that are really healthful. And it also simply needs to be doable in our kitchen. So there needs to be a balance, there needs to be a certain a variety that customers want, and there needs to be we also mix, when I say variety, that applies to various aspects of the menu. It applies to the ingredients we use, so we always try to use as many different vegetables as possible. And then sometimes I count, and we have like 20 different, if you ordered every item on the menu, you would eat 20 different vegetables in a week. Most people don't do that. So it's the variety is about the variety of the vegetables, but it's also about the variety of cooking techniques. Like we always offer 2 soups. So for example, I want one soup to be creamy and one to be chunky. Or there's a variety of a vegetable dish that's roasted vegetables, and the other one maybe stewed vegetables. So you have variety in the way things are prepared, variety in the flavor profiles. Now, vegan cooking is something that lends itself to using ethnic cuisines, because traditionally, really, a lot of ethnic cuisines are more vegetable based, and so we borrow these recipes from the Asian cultures, from Mexican culture, from the Mediterranean culture, and that also provides variety. So it's the flavors, the cooking techniques, the ingredients, all of that, and also the type of dish that it is. We have soups, we have salads, we have stews, we have grain dishes, we have desserts, and we always have things that are like little burgers or like a quiche or something of that nature. That's like a little piece of something.
And where are you getting your ingredients from?
I buy the bulk ingredients, the dry bulk ingredients from a company out of Oregon that has a wide variety of organic products. So that would be my beans, my grains, my cooking oils. And when it comes to vegetables, I do work with 2 local farmers. One is Jana Anderson from Pinnacle Farms, and the other one is Stella McPhee from Horny Toad Farms. And they kind of send me a weekly list of things they have, and I try what I can get from them. And then the rest I buy, which is, it depends on the season. In summer, it's the majority that I buy from the wholesaler. It's boxed greens, it's all organic. So when it comes to the vegetables, that is, it's important to have a reliable source, and that is boxed green for me. So.
Okay, so it sounds like you're getting locally when you can and organic.
Yes, it is. My ingredients are probably, I would say, almost 98% organic. I do have to buy from places like Trader Joe's and Sprouts as well, because they're just, we're not that big that we can, or there's not even the availability for certain things for organic bulk. It just doesn't exist yet. We have seen a big change over the past 8 years, that there is much more offered in organic quality, but there's still things that I just need to buy retail, and then Trader Joe's, Sprouts are pretty good choices.
Nice. And what's next for your kitchen? What do you see in the next coming years?
Well, what I see is that the nationwide meal services have a really big piece of that market, and there's no way I can compete with them, and I don't want to compete with them. We cater to a customer who likes buying from a local small company, customer that understands that doing that really supports the local economy, and that there's also, I don't know if I want to call it charm, but there's a certain feeling about it when you kind of know the people who cook for you, and when you know it's very personal. We make really big vats of soup and so on and so forth, but it's still very close to how you cook at home. And the food tastes like home cooked, and a lot of people really like that. So we will always keep these customers, but we also have to kind of offer things that others don't. When I started out 8 years ago, there was hardly a meal service around, especially not vegetarian or vegan. And now I see us offering more events that bring people together. Maybe cooking classes. We've been asked a lot to do cooking classes. That's something we would like to expand into. We have offered some cooking classes. 2 of my chefs are very capable to do so, and the classes were always a great success. But we're also thinking of offering dining events that are a little bit like pop-up dinners, or maybe once a month a brunch on a Saturday, lectures, things of that nature, which is also this type of events or productions. They also speak to the side in me where I feel that food is much more than the material substance you consume, that it carries so much more and brings the community together, it brings people together, they get to talk around food, they get to know each other, they sit at one table together, they share food. I think that's such a beautiful thing, and I would like to expand more in these type of events.
Nice, very nice. So one more question for you, Ingrid. Where can people contact you? What's the best place for people to find out about what you're doing in here in the kitchen and even ordering?
Yeah, so my website is called yourcommunitycook.com. That's who we are, Your Community Cook. And on this website you will find our weekly menu between Wednesday night and Saturday. These are our order times. But of course we are always available to answer your questions, either over the phone, and you will find our phone number on the website, or email us, same thing, contact email is on the website, but you can email me at ingrid@yourcommunitycook.com. That's INGRID @yourcommunitycook.com.
Awesome. Well, Ingrid, we want to thank you for participating in this interview for International Women's Month. And so thank you, and thank you for all that you do for the Phoenix metro area with your cooking. I know I've had your cooking. It is made with love. And it is so yummy. So thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.